So as you may have seen from a lot of social media noise recently, Deeper announced some updates for 2026 for the Deeper Quest bait boat. Now, they premiered this video on Friday and there were literally hundreds of people in the live stream. So let me give you a quick rundown of what you can expect in 2026 for your Deeper Quest bait boat. Well, let's start off with some of the software updates via the Fish Deeper app then. Firstly, you are going to be getting 4 times crisper quality scans. So they're going to improve the quality of the scan in the chirp technology, which is already incredible. I personally use my Quest at all different types of lakes and I really do get some amazing results out of the chirp technology built into the bait boat itself, into that modular section. Now they're going to be increasing, as I say, this technology so that your scans are going to become even more crisper, even more cleaner, even in shallower waters. So the second update then that's going to be added to the Fish Deeper app, and one that a lot of you over on social media groups and sort of pages and stuff that I follow have been shouting about this for a little while now. There's already been one recent map update which has made sort of downloads of offline maps and just general look and feel of the mapping a lot nicer and cleaner. But yeah, this one is going to take it again to another level, and that is satellite maps. So what you would get from your sort of Google satellite maps, etc., this is going to be included and then sort of embedded into the Fish Deeper app, making finding those islands and areas a lot easier that has currently been sort of missing from the mapping at present. So yeah, much more crisper, cleaner look to the mapping, and the inclusion of satellite maps is just going to take all of your scanning to another level. So another feature that I see quite regularly mentioned over on social media pages, groups, etc. that I'm involved in, and that is the ability to GPS anchor your bait boat. So now that is going to be a possibility with the next lot of updates coming from mid-spring onwards. So those of you that use sort of third-party winch cams, need your boat to sit in one position once it's got to its spot. Now this update and this feature will be another game changer to the boat itself. So those of you that use your boats out on big sort of windswept pits, and you're looking to keep the boat in one position while you're dropping down your camera or sort of depositing bait, etc., you don't want your boat drifting off from the spot. This is going to be a real strong addition to an already feature-packed Deeper Quest. So one that I'm looking forward to using as well, and putting through its paces when it's released on the Fish Deeper app. So the team at Deeper HQ have listened to you again on this feature, and that is the ability to be able to program buttons A and B on your remote. Now some of you like to drive the boat manually with the remote control rather than solely using the Fish Deeper app via your phone or your tablet. So the ability to be able to program buttons A and B to save spots, for example, is going to just allow you a little bit more flexibility on how you operate your Deeper Quest. So another feature that will due to be rolled out from spring onwards. It's just going to take operation of your Quest to another level. So let's talk through then some of the accessories that are coming out in 2026. Now a lot of you have bought separate batteries, additional batteries for your Deeper Quest, especially for those longer journeys or even those sessions overseas. But you were crying out for an external way of charging these batteries, which meant you didn't have to leave your Deeper Quest bait boat out of sight, up at a hut or a sort of shared area where there's power, so that you have to charge your batteries inside the boat. Now Deeper have developed an external charging dock, which means you no longer have to take time away from your fishing session or leave your boat unaccompanied at somewhere where you're not overly sure of safety, of security of your boat. You can take your spare batteries and the come-in charger dock up to your power source and charge just your batteries in that area and not have to leave your boat behind. So a charging dock will be coming out in 2026 for those additional batteries that those of you have purchased. Now again, another accessory which has proven to be extremely popular, and that is the Deeper Quest pod. A lot of you don't like to put your Deeper Quest on the ground. Absolutely understand that. For an 1,800 pound boat, you don't want to put it on the ground, rocky terrain, whatever it may be. So a Deeper Quest pod is going to be the perfect addition to your setup to allow you to sit the boat on top of the pod, bait up, clean it, keep it off the floor away from rodents, etc. Just going to keep your boat in a much safer position as and when you want to use it or store it for your next scanning session or sending it out to your spots. And also, again, if like me you're getting old now, it also saves your back as and when you're doing bits in and around your Deeper Quests. So the Deeper Quest pod will be available in 2026 for those of you that like to store your Deeper Quest off the floor and away from harm. Now, I'm not getting any younger by any means, and if it's quite a busy session, bending up and down from the water's edge does take its toll on your back. So Deeper have developed and created their own Deeper lifter. So for those of you that find it hard to get down to the water's edge, or even fish quite high banks and you need to lower your bait boat down into the water, the Deeper lifter will help move your quest from bank to the water's edge and allow you to then set it on its way to its chosen spot. So real useful accessory that's going to make a lot of people's lives easier when using the Deeper Quest bait boat. And lastly, and probably going to be the most popular accessory out of them all, that is going to be the Deeper Quest spreader. Now, if those of you that like to fish with a more wider area, sort of spread of bait, rather than just a sort of drop of your bait from the hoppers of the boat itself, now this is going to be the accessory for you. This will mount to the Deeper Quest handle, and you will be able to activate this Deeper Quest spreader to spray bait across your chosen spot once it reaches its destination. So a completely different way of fishing, spreading a load of bait in and around your area rather than having it sort of deposited from the hoppers in one spot. Going to keep the fish thinking, keep them in your area for longer, and hopefully bring you more bites. Now this is where the Deeper Quest gets serious. So for 2026, from mid-year, sort of summer onwards, Deeper are going to be releasing the Deeper Quest Downscan. So this will be a separate module, just like the chirp module that is currently built inside the boat. This will be an easy to install module that is going to offer the Downscan functionality. Now this is going to add a whole new level of precision when it comes to scanning, from finding fish to bottom features. This is going to really take the Quest to a whole new level. So as it stands, there are no current pricing released by Deeper as of yet. This will be released in due course, but be sure these are gonna be some serious accessories, and the Downscan module are gonna just take your boat to another level. I seriously can't wait to get my hands on it and just see how much this elevates my fishing and what I can see underwater with my Quest bait boat. It really is an already serious piece of kit. So for any further details, make sure you just keep an eye out on the Deeper Quest social media pages. There's plenty of Deeper Quest community type Facebook groups across social media as well, and as always, reach out to us on any of our social media platforms, myself included, and I will do my very best to help you along the way. But what a year it is going to be for the Deeper Quest bait boat, and I am seriously excited.